Well, welcome to a wet Saturday morning, and as they say, a chase is a race. Now, before I go any further, tell me if I'm sounding like Barry White. Yeah, I saw you and Phil Rich on the Actorburn course this morning, Keith, briefly until Phil's live stream crashed. Let me know if the voice is alright. Cheers, George. Yeah, unfortunately, you can either turn off or make do with me. But yeah, I'm sure Ed will be streaming shortly. But thanks all for joining. Lord, Samuel, nice one on your recent FTP increase, Samuel. Hey Jinx, hope the Watt Bike's here and seen you be on it. Paul's racing today. Hey Wayne, I know you're racing as well. Morning, sir. Samuel, Steve, and who else have we got here? Jose, Agnes, good to have you on board. So it's an unusual one for me today. It's going to be a chase race. It's the Dirt Data Day chase race, and it's on a classic route. It was meant to be flat to suit Scott. Hey Sean, how's it going? What bike this week? Nice one, Jinx. It's 5 laps, and because it's flat, that doesn't make it easy. I think it's going to be a hard one, because it's always full gas on these things, because you've got the A's catching the B's catching the C's, C's catching the D's. Karen, thank you very much for joining as well. How did you go in your race, Keith? Anyway, turning back to the race. Today, in the A's, we got Paul Hamblett, Steve Morgan, Louis Andrade, Lee Baxter, Tim Fulford, Ryan Isero, Davian Lombone, and Jason McRae. Good to be racing with you all. Hopefully not getting dropped by you all. And then in the B's, we have a lone wolf, Mick Bokoff. Nice one, Mick, you're a strong rider. But B's is a hard place to be because your time gap isn't really enough, I always think, relative to the C's. But we've got a strong group in the C's. Hey, Adam, Masiaruda, good to have you. Hi, Louis, how's it going? Niels, I saw you on Zwift. I wondered if you might be joining us, sir. How's it going? 23rd. There was lots of pros in that race, Keith. Nice work. But in the C's, we've got a nice, strong group. Adam, Masiaruda is in that group. Michael Burns, Michael Chan, Kevin Dieter, and Wayne Parsons. Good luck to you all. I also noticed in the C's that we've got David Cassidy. Now, this is going to go right over the head of anyone aged, I guess, less than 35. But will David Cassidy stay in a bunch, much like the Partridge Family? Da-da. Or will he break away? We'll see. Hey Mark, how's it going? Thank you for joining. So, I'm carved up. Got my pre-race amino acids. I've had the emergency coke. It's a short race, it's only about 30 odd kilometres. Oh, nice one, Michael. I saw you in the C's. Glad you've made it in time. Let's give you a ride on before my attention goes elsewhere. Yes, we are graced with Tim Fulford. Back indoors after a fruitful recovery from illness outdoors on some of the nasty climbs in the latest ride. I looked at Andrew Feather's climb up the struggle this morning. Boy, oh boy, 4.5 kilometres at 9%, but that doesn't do it justice. It's like some very long sections at like 14-15%. Thank you very much, Wilbert. Hi, Andrew. Thanks for joining. It's going to be fast, yeah. Fast is the name of the game. I've got 20 minutes to my start time. Let me just see. Because I think... Oh, well. Apologies if I've started the stream a little bit early. We don't start until 10 minutes past 12. I always forget that on these. I don't think Ed is racing in this one, Keith. Let me have a look. I had a look just before I started the live stream. No, he's not. I expect, if I know Ed Laverack, I'm not saying I know him super well, but I expect he's had a quiet little max effort or two on one of those WTF workouts that he was talking about in his recent vlog, ahead of probably live streaming something similar to show us shock and awe watts per kilogram. I mean, aiming for 10 watts a kilogram for 2 minutes. Wowee. Yeah, I mean, George, I reckon the caffeine tablet just takes a little bit more time to get kind of broken down and absorbed, but no difference really. If you want to use a caffeine tablet, that's good. Also with the coffee, often I like to have less than 200 milligrams. That's the other thing I'd say. So you can cut the caffeine tablet in half, I guess. Yeah, I mean, that's very true, Lord. Oh Lord of the statistics. Ed would treat this as like a zone 2 with probably a few little sprints. There is a little 6% incline, a bit like he did on the live stream on, was it Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. Where he did a few 40-second sprints at 600. I say a few. He basically turned a full gas crit city circuit race into a training. Am I going to try and match it? No, I don't think so. I've got so much work to do to bring up my threshold power towards 5 watts a kilogram. I'll probably have a try at some of them though. I quite fancied those 1 minute max efforts because I figured I could go to the inner circle at Regent's Park and have a cheeky little try at my best KOM time there as well. Hi Ian, thanks for joining. Yeah, fasted turbo during the week. That's good. Yeah, you build it up. If you train first thing in the morning and you've eaten your carbs the night before, a little bit of caffeine will help stimulate the adrenaline and cortisol, and they are the hormones that break down fat tissue to create basically glycogen, i.e. energy. It's a much harder process. Hi Lee, I see you joining us with your shock and awe power, sir. Defcon 1 pain face. Yeah, it would be for the 1 minute efforts around the inner circle. Time for a little bit more of the secret ingredient. What was that, Jinx? Oh, I haven't, no, I'm really bad at doing the updates, Jinx. But I'll try and remember to do that. So how is everybody this morning? Everybody indoors? It's been very bad weather here. I think it's been that way over the UK, but elsewhere in Europe it might be a bit better. Although I saw some Instagram stuff from the south of France, looked pretty bad. Now that, Michael, that makes you a gentleman. San Pellegrino with orange. That is so continental, I very much approve of that. Hopefully you're having it with a nice slice of orange and some ice. Maybe you can have it decanted as well. How's it going, Paul? Paul, of the 42 cassette on the rear, boy do I want a 42 cassette. Not that I'd have matched your time up either of the toll road or the what was it called, the Porlock Hill main road. For some of you may remember, it was David Raymond and Paul Hamblett who joined me for my 4 ascents about the Zwift, and then Lee Baxter came for the 4th. David got a PB and then he left us, but Paul, super strong indoors, even stronger outdoors. If you go and look at Paul's Strava, he did a 16-minute something for the Porlock Toll Road. That puts him 6th ever. And that was after doing the Porlock Toll Road, the Porlock main hill climb. And that was after doing the toll road. Insanely strong. Hey Stefan, good day to you, sir. It's already a midday, nice. Well, it's my midday as well. Yes, you're right. My apologies. I'm being do you know what? I am the primary space cadet on YouTube. Hey Dono John, how are you? No, I don't use a pre-workout, as in a kind of a gym pre-workout, but what I have in this is the Phil Richards Performance Amino Acids, because amino acids help prevent against muscle breakdown during the training, and you get a lot of that when there's stress on the body. And we were just saying earlier, I typically add in about, well, depending on how intense the training is going to be and how long, anywhere from 100 25 to 200 milligrams of caffeine, which is why I like the powdered caffeine. Plenty of water. Now, if I train first thing in the morning, I won't have the carbs. Although Ed is questioning that, so that may change. Coach Laverack, let's put a question mark by that. Badger's eyebrow morning to you, sir. But today, I've had a nice little breakfast, oats, all that kind of thing. Having a full fat Coke, fast digesting carbs. You don't want to be digesting anything really. So the breakfast was about 2.5 hours before I started. Right. Now, I like to, even though I intend to be seated, I like to get the glutes and hams warmed up. And so, Mick, you're the lone wolf in the bees, I was saying earlier. Let me just see if that's changed. I don't think it has. Here we go, moment of truth. So the C's are about to go any minute now. No, you're still the lone wolf, Mick. Godspeed. Hey Patrick, well done for getting it done again. So the legs were cramping, but I'm guessing that's because you haven't been used to the exercise. Was the knee okay? Were the knees okay? That's a really big thing in knee op. And obviously cycling is better on, I guess, the joints than most things, but it still does place a lot of stress on it. I've noticed my knees have hurt a bit more since coming back from Exmoor, where on some of the steep climbs I was out of the saddle, and for the climbing events too. But let us know how you're feeling. Yeah, there are 72 Bs. Sorry, I meant, my apologies. I meant from the community that I follow and follow me back. My apologies, sorry, yeah. No, you've got 72 Bs. Let me update my thing. I've got 38 here and 31 A's. We'll see. Ah, the best place to ride in London, Rodri. Well, it depends what you want to do. At the weekend, early morning, if you want to do some hill repeats, obviously Swains Lane, Highgate, West Hill. Alexander Palace is good. Any of the velo circuits, whether it's Hog Hill or the velo circuit up by the Olympic Park, or Hillingdon. Not Hillingdon, is it Hillingdon? Yeah, I forget the names. It's quite a long way to get to the Surrey Hills. You've got to go on a train. Yeah, Wayne, I did a sort of an intro to everybody that I'm following that follows me back at the beginning. So yeah, there's 5 of you. A nice little group in amongst the 42 others, and David Cassidy. I did a little joke. Rewind. Sunday race for you. Nice one, Ian. What are you racing? Are you racing indoors on Zwift? Appreciate the good luck. Yeah, so I'm not the best to ask, in honesty. I tend to ride a lot indoors when I'm in central London because I like having structured training, and unless you're in the countryside it's hard to do. That's nice advice, thanks Keith. Maybe you can share that offline. That sounds really good. Lots of low cadence seated intervals helps. Now that is super interesting because I'd have thought that puts strain on the knee. So that's a pro tip right there from Keith Robertson. Beautiful. Right, C's are off. Any second now. So, Monsieur Ruller, Adam, Michael Burns, Michael Chan, Kevin Dieter, and Wayne Parsons. Very best of luck, Godspeed. I'm hoping we catch you at the end. I think you've got a clear. Yeah, I mean, that's 5 minutes on us. Yeah, it's not too bad, I suppose. Yeah, in the if the weather's alright, the velo circuits are the place to go. %30 reduction in strength. Yeah, but they do. Yeah. Who am I to say anything? You might be able to do single-legged strength training, this kind of thing, and very gradually build it up, as Keith has said, with some of the drills he suggested. But yeah, I guess it's a slow road back when you've done the tendon. Hey, Kadale. Yeah, that is true. But Kadale, how much do you weigh? Because the lighter rider on the flat is always putting down, relatively speaking, more WKG than the heavier rider. Our advantage is on the climb. So I rarely go much below 4 watts a kilogram in a race like this, and probably will average 4.5, but we'll see. Hey Tim, are you nicely warmed up for your return to virtual racing? One of the forefathers, along with Pritchard, Mr. Chris Pritchard, who we're assured, for those of you who obviously have a job and work and weren't in the live stream on Wednesday, Chris Pritchard promised us he'll be back live streaming in October. Date as yet undetermined. Hey Alex, how's it going? Are you joining us, sir? Good to have you on board. Yeah, Keith, I've seen you come down to about, was it 68 kilograms you said? And I think you said you were like 74, 75 when you started. That is sensational. And if you've maintained the muscle and the strength, that's incredible. That's partly why I do the strength training. 3.5 hour ride, yeah. Yeah, that would probably put me off doing a Zwift race beforehand, Alex. So that's why you're able to be such a force of nature on a course like Actaban. Now, old Slow, who's here, would tell me off from pronunciation there. So the countdown is now on for Mick. 3 minutes, or probably less than 3 minutes in counting, Mick. Just starting to warm up now, Tim. You are quite casual in your approach, sir. But we all know. Tim was pondering, by the way, should he be in the Bs? According to Zwift Power, it says he's currently a B. Yeah. Tim is probably one of the strongest indoor riders out there. Even on the short punchy hills, I wouldn't stand a chance. And by short punchy, I mean like the volcano KOM. Yeah, pedalling technique. Believe it or not, I've just done a download to start a little two-parter on pedalling technique, because I dropped the video about my tips for Zwift racing, and high cadence is certainly integral to good Zwift racing in my opinion. That is just my opinion. And you know, I've since received some very interesting articles to say it doesn't make a lot of difference, but I'm going to kind of digest all of that. But I noticed out on the road, my left-right balance with cadence at about 100 on average has gone down to like 48, 52, and sometimes 47, 53. Whereas before it was always a nice 50, 50 at worst, 49, 51. And so if there's imbalance, that's indicative of inefficient pedaling stroke. And so I'm starting to explore my personal view on the impact of lower perceived exertion as a result of high cadence, a good thing, and definitely it's been sensational for my progress recently, versus like an 85 to 90 cadence where I'm back at a nice even distribution of power. But I don't want to spoil too much. I want to do justice to it. And with the Wattbike hub data, it shows you left-right balance, and you get the sausage in the middle, and the pedaling efficiency stroke, the PES score. And so you know if you're providing a nice circular motion, are you pushing down at the right point and then pulling back on the pedal. They are, Tim. Niels assured me of that, and if Niels tells us something, it is definitely true. HMB, what is HMB, Keith? Hey Martin, I'm close to A+, but no cigar. Sometimes I have an A+ kind of day, and then sometimes it's kind of C-. I think I would like to get to 5 watts a kilogram for 20 minutes, not an FTP. 5 watts a kilogram for 20 minutes would be a staging post along the way. So Ryan, your speed sensor isn't working. Welcome to the problems of live streaming. There's always a technical glitch. Like today, Phil Rich on his live stream, just as he was settled very nicely into the forward KOM at Innsbruck, had a cutout. It is I guess, an occupational hazard, but yeah, hope you're in here. Thank you, Joseph. Watching me with the Coke on the sofa. I like your style, sir. I'm sure you're not 90% lard batch, Patrick. Come on. But congratulations on the bump up. Yeah, you're a D, Alex. Yeah. Oh, dear me. Love all of this. I'm trying to push down on the centre of the pedal where the cleat is attached. But people have noticed, obviously, on my climber Perry Fossa, that my toe was dipping. And that could be indicative of the poor, the poorer quality pedalling technique. I've only had it filmed once, Ian, and that was on the Perry Fossa climb. I'm going to get Jane, when she gets back, maybe to film me. That'd be interesting, actually. Yeah, Lee, that's a good question. The C's normally do very well because of the gap, but the gap isn't quite as big this time. If it's done well, everybody comes together on a line at the same time. Okay, Mick. Good luck, sir. Let's see how many have joined you. 42 now? Oh, sorry, 38, sorry. God dear. Why am I unable to do basic tasks at the same time? Answers on a postcard. Remember to pace it, it's a long old race. There's that little 6% incline, Mick. So you'll need to go hard up that. Hey, Stephen. No, you're not meant to do any of your own maintenance to the watt bike. Especially not open it up. It could even invalidate the warranty. If you've got any problem, they come out very quickly and sort it out. The only issue I've ever had is with the rubber hoods moving and water ingress into the electric circuit board for the gear shifters, but they replaced those. Nice one, Sammy. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Hoping to have Scott and maybe even Mr. Laverack in attendance, but definitely Scott, because I've got to say, I struggle to hold Scott's wheel outdoors on the flat. I can just about do it, but it's emotional. I think you need 4.6 watts a kilogram sustained FTP as inferred by your racing stats, Cadell. So if you're regularly putting in a 20-minute effort at 5 watts a kilogram, I guess that'll just about get you there. Am I about to go? I think I am. Oh, sorry. Let's wind it up. Sorry, I thought that was only Mick just going. I think there must be a bit of a lag. Here we go. Right. Yeah, flat punchy course. Will do, Alex. Hey Theo, thank you for joining. Hugely appreciated. So everybody's here. I don't know if Luis Andrade is streaming, but check him out if he is. He's got a Zwift channel, Andrade Cycling Zwift, I think it is. Here we go. There's Ryan. Always a shock to the system. God, this is not slow, is it? There's Lee. Paul's just ahead. Stephen's there, Stephen Morgan. Right, time to wheel suck. Yeah, light it up, hey Tim. Stroke cling on for grim death. It's quite a long lead in. It's quite away from here to the mile. Hey Dennis, thank you very much. Yeah, diet in 10 minutes, hey Agnes. Cool. Feels like a mountain to climb. Oh, I forget these dirt races are hell. Sea Cadell, rarely below 4 watts a kilogram for me, although this is the start. Paul Hamblett leading the way. Liking this conversation to know John and Jinx. Oh yeah, the burrito. I'll just get rid of it. I'll forget otherwise. God dear me. Yeah. 8 minutes to the C's, 5 to the B. Or was it 5 to the C, 3 to the B? Wow. It's been too long since I've done something like this. Hey Wayne, yeah, I think it might be. There's Tim. Can't believe this is the lead-in. Yeah, that's adequate, Tim. 395. Hey Stuart, yeah, normally this is your kind of racer. Any thoughts of experimenting with pedalling technique have gone out the window? Yeah, to your right, Samuel. God, dear me. Oh dear. Not sure what's going on with my heart rate. It's not doing that. I don't feel very good. I don't feel very good. Something's going on here. I don't have 129. Oh, something's gone wrong here. Sorry. Not good. I don't know what's going on here. Wow. Well, to everybody still in the race, keep it going, it's horrendous. Paul Hambler, Stephen Morgan, Louis Andrade, Lee Baxter, Tim Fulford, Ryan Isero, David Lombone, Jason McRae, Mick Bokoff, Monsieur Ruler Adam, Michael Burns, Michael Chan, Kevin Dieter and Wayne Parsons. No, don't wait for me. Something went on with the heart rate there. What's that, baby?
Your heart rate went up to like 290 after being like 105. I don't think.
Yeah, it's the what?
Do you want me to take it and wash it?
No, that's all right. We'll leave it on. The heart rate monitor is the Wattbike one. It's been giving some silly readings, but when it was showing 129, I was like in the 180 to 90s.
Campanarts just crashed. Anyway, right. Are you okay?
Oh, I'm so sorry to hear about Campanarts crashing. Yeah, I'm alright, baby. Just gonna try and get a training benefit out of this. Oh dear. Yeah, gee, sorry, just catching up with the live chat. The T26, I didn't get to that, but based on perceived exertion, 185 to 90, I think. That's interesting, Patrick. So Dowsett's crashed as well, my word. Is it a very technical TT? Cheers, baby. That's right, David. Oh, dear. There's Ryan. Hey, Ryan. Come on in, let's see what we can do. See, I'm feeling okay now. I think I just went too deep. Yeah, very true that, Andrew. You can ride to whatever metrics you want, but if your body's saying it's a horrendous day, It's a horrendous day. Right, come on in, Ryan. Let's TT. It's like let's off-road. Let's TT. Oh, sorry about that, Keith. He'd normally be good to bet on. Oh no, Thomas, sorry. Geraint Thomas, yeah. That's a good bet. Oh dear me. I love the way you can type and race, Paul. Alright, so I'm going to experiment with the 90 RPM. It feels very slow. Yeah, Andrew, it was way too much for me. I did it the other day on that little kicker as you come onto the Epic. I did 400 watts for a minute and a half, and I don't have that, and then threshold. Right, I'm going to try and get a rhythm at 85 to 90, a comfortable rhythm. Too true, Keith. Weight loss, training, progression, and any degree of success in life comes with ups and downs. Hey Tim, you missed quite a big blowout by yours truly. Let's stay seated for this. Good idea, Keith. Hey David, thanks for joining. This feels very hard at this cadence. Yeah, that 85 felt really, really hard. Now for higher, see the difference. Yeah, it feels, but the watts a bit lower. I don't know how much easier that feels in all honesty. Oh, cadence is too low. Dear me. Oh, this is a proper blow up, isn't it? Ugh. Oh dear. I really do apologise. It's going to be a lot of fun being with the A group as close to the end as possible. But you can see I can't even hold 4 watts a kilogram. I'm just going to do a very gentle ramp and we'll talk on the live stream about anything you want to ask questions about, training, nutrition, that kind of thing. Nice one, Tim, for staying in. Yeah, I mean, Tim is beyond strong, I was saying at the beginning. Let me do the ride-ons. Oh, come on. Can't even do the ride-ons. Oh. Oh dear me. I was hoping to do a hill climb tomorrow. It's called the Mott Street Hill Climb, but for obvious reasons I'm going to scratch that. This is meant to be a nice warm-up. Once again, very guilty of underestimating the challenge. I do also think that generally I do better early in the morning. I think that's the way my body's set up. Yeah, the effect of going too deep in the red, I always underestimate in. Every 10 seconds spent above threshold provides disproportionate damage to every 10 seconds spent below. Yeah, my HR dropped. Let's say I was going to do the Mott Street climb, Samuel. And then there's one, what's it called? Oh dear. Oh, come on, ramp the power up, Philip. 1 second. There's one on the 18th of October. Let me find it. I can't remember what it's called. Fen Bridge or something like that. What's it called, Paul? Oh, sorry, this is dreadful. Dreadful entertainment. Farnham, that's it. Struggling to think. Right. 12.5 kilometres to go. I'm going to set a little goal just to gradually ramp the power to 300 by the end. Yeah, the lead in was very mentally discouraging, Patrick. It's basically a lap. I think I'm going to take a rest day tomorrow in. I actually feel alright. Well, I don't know. You're probably right. I'm in a bit of a quandary in all honesty. I just want to see if it was going too deep and now I can put it back together with a little bit of recovery, or it's more fundamental than that. This might be some bees, I'm not sure. Yeah, like I'm not surprised, Tim. Yeah, downhill always looks intimidating to me, and at the speeds the pros are doing, insane. Yeah, Ed does back off weeks where I only do like a couple of training sessions, Andrew. But I went too hard in Exmoor because I'm so rarely out in the country. I did a hard climb every day from Saturday to Saturday, other than one rest day. And I did some really nice climbs. They're going to drop in the vlogs. Some good times, good power, good Strava board positions. But I think I'm paying for that now. It's quite interesting though, just seeing the body say no. Thank you, Agnes, I appreciate you tuning in. And sorry it was so boring today. Trying to get more into the yellow now. Hey Giorgio. Yeah, not a good one today, mate. How's your hill climb and your weight loss going to build the WKG? Yeah, I think that's more my fault, Ian. It's adding in the Zwift races. I love the Zwift races because they build the community. But really, it should be 2 hard polarized sessions a week. The rest of it easy. Yeah, I can show that, Samuel. It's essentially 2 full rest days a week, other than the previous 10 days in Exmoor and the lead up to it. 1 or 2 days of zone 2 and 3 hard days including a race. And the zone 2 is very easy, 20 minutes. Max 30. Yeah, Sean, not good today. Well, Mick, well done for staying with it so long. Respect to you, sir. It'd be great if Garant can do a good job. It would make a big improvement, Giorgio. What weight are you down to now? God, this is hard work. Thank you very much, Ian. I really appreciate you saying that. It means a huge amount to me. Really does. I'm not feeling very good at the moment, but all the support here is super appreciated. I'll explain why I'm doing what I'm doing at the end. Thank you, Jose. Thank you, Darren. Thanks, Richard. I know you're right, by the way, Ian. That's right, Justin. Nice one, Wayne. Oh dear. Ian. Oh, I said I'd come back. I know you're correct. I definitely should have pulled a plug after that first 11 or 12 minutes or whatever it was. I don't know what it is. There's something inside me always that finds it difficult to quit. I did it the other day, oddly enough. After the Porlock Toll Road, when we're going up the Porlock A Road for the first time, and I realised that I was going to spoil the climbing holiday if I carried on going up that, because I was just too tired, hadn't refuelled properly, and I wasn't going to get a good time, and I was just going to destroy myself on a 20 to 30% inclines. And I actually listened to my body for once and went on to have an incredible climbing week. Today, I think, notwithstanding everybody being very kind in the live stream saying shut it down, I find it difficult to kind of give up. And it's a balcony and a basement for me. I'm very aware that tenacity is a good thing. Hard work, keeping going, when you get knocked down, get back up, all this kind of thing. Arnold Schwarzenegger, all good. And pain is my pleasure, blah, 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 blah. That's all good, but it can be overdone. And my basement is that I do regularly overdo it, and it contributed to many of the difficulties I've had in life, including divorce and problems at work and you name it. Near on burnout kind of thing, this kind of thing. it's a character flaw, I guess. Hey Lewis, how did you go? Oh, we're going to do a roundup with everybody in a second on the race. See how the rest of the community fared. I'm hoping a lot better than me. I knew this was going to be a hard race. They always are. I underestimated how hard it would actually be. Nice one, Adam. Thank you. I appreciate that. But Ian, you're absolutely right. Anybody that's watching and thinking, you know, what happened with my heart rate? You couldn't see it. But we kind of got to about 8 minutes in, and my heart rate had been in the high 170s for a while. And then it kind of dropped to 129, and that's this heart rate monitor playing up. I need to put a new battery in or something like that, I don't know. But I knew my heart rate wasn't 200 odd, but it was certainly higher than normal. And you can kind of feel yourself, the glycogen draining away, the heart rate not being able to go any higher. You can feel yourself dripping off the back, and you kind of know that you're going to let everybody down in the live stream. In your own mind, you guys don't put that pressure on me, but in my mind, you're letting everybody down in the live stream as you start fading off the back. And then I thought, get a grip, Philip. This is cycling. You're meant to suffer through. I've had a couple of rest days. I had like a lovely little zone 2 yesterday, full rest day on Thursday. All should be good. But I've been too deep for that first 10 minutes. I am encouraged by the fact that in the end I was able to get back towards kind of upper zone 3, zone 4, and actually to above zone 4 at the end there. But I would say don't try and replicate. The thing that I have learned through Ed is when I get my best gains, and this is to Ian's point, is when I'm well recovered. And the reality is, for me, as a 46-year-old man with declining testosterone and a hormonal environment that's not working for me, unlike younger lads and the lasses who have better recovery, it's 2 hard training sessions a week and maximum 1 Zwift race. And I think I've been going to the well a little bit too often. So I think it's going to be a big back-off week this week, and I'm going to scratch any idea of a hill climb event tomorrow. But, firstly, anyone that's in the stream that was in the Cat A's, how did you go there? Tim, you sounds like you finished. I know you'd have finished, Paul. But Stephen, Lee, Ryan, I saw you TT amazingly to the end, and thank you for stopping off to try and drag me back into contention. You were absolutely right to go off and have a very nice little TT to the end there. And obviously Davian, Jason, if you're on, give me a shout, let me know how you did. But thank you very much for joining. Mick, sounds like you stayed very much in the hunt right up until the last lap from what I could glean out the corner of my eye. Nice one, sir. Adam, sounds like you completed it. Beautiful work, sir. Sorry. And Wayne, I saw out the corner of my eye you get 23rd. Is that right? But also interested to know what other people did, like Michael Burns and Michael Chan and Kevin Dieter. How did you guys go? Yeah, 4.2 for 45 minutes. Yeah, stopping at one point. Wow. 346 watts, Ryan. That is sensational. You'd have had an amazing Everest today if you hadn't got to go back to your studies. Michael, where did you go? Oh, you finished next to me. I was away with the fairies, Michael. My apologies, I hadn't seen that. Okay, beautiful. So I managed to catch somebody. Excellent. Did you beat me, though? I'm sure you beat me. Yeah, you did beat me, didn't you, Michael? You made sure to out-sprint me because I am the world's worst sprinter. Yeah, I mean, Tim, any talk of you being a Cat B, I mean, it's absurd. But I do think they say if you have an FTP of 300 or more, or more than 4.0 watts a kilogram, you're a Cat A. I think that's what they say. 23rdly, nice. 23rd. Yeah, I mean, for staying with that is amazing. Mid-pack in the C's. Yeah, nice one, Kevin. So, yeah, there must have been about 50 C's, so mid-pack is good. That means you'd have beat me over the line, I think. Paul, 4th, 322 watts. That must put you at about 4.8, 4.9 watts a kilogram. I think you're like 69, aren't you? Wow, some incredible results coming in from people. And clearly this is way outside my comfort zone. And so we will look for another chase race next week, assuming I have a nice little recovery week in between. That is the intent. Because it is a lot of fun. I love the idea of everybody being equalised, and then everyone can have a good race. So Kevin, how long did it take the Cat C's to come past, or Adam, or Wayne? How long? Not the Cat C's, the Cat A's to come past. 18th, nice one, Wayne. That's a beautiful job, sir. Wayne is the noob cyclist. Yeah, I think it is time for a drink there, Jinx. Yeah, Ian, that's really interesting. Ed talks about that as well, also in terms of training stress. He says that he needs to have a lot more training stress to make progression because of the fact that he's already very fit. And so I can imagine that there is a yin and a yang to that in terms of the recovery. You actually need to train more and harder, yet you also need more recovery. That is an interesting thing to explore. 4.7, I was only 0.1 out. I'm quite pleased with that. How did you go, Lewis? How was your day today? Were you live streaming today? That said, Cycling Andrade, Lewis Andrade, he's got a little channel, live streams. The Giro TT, I'm going to watch it, yeah. I mean, I'm really sad about Victor Campenaerts because obviously NTT have just pulled away from sponsoring the old Dimension Data team, and now they have to find a sponsor, and obviously it's really hard to find sponsors, and so, Victor, he's going to need to find somewhere else to ride. I'm sure someone will pick up the reigning 1 hour time trial world champion, but, not the best, is it? You're in a dark place, Adam. Yeah, I was in a very dark place too. 50.23, nice. 237 watts, that's nice, Kevin. So what was your WKG on that? Are you happy with that? It sounds like you are. Beautiful. Well, that's very kind of you, Darren. Hopefully people are not put off having seen the contortions that I'm expecting. I won't look at the playback, I daren't look at it, but I'm expecting the face was like DEFCON 1 maximum, like harrowing scenes of contortion and suffering. Seriously scathing about the course. Was it? Okay, I'm going to check that out. Thank you, Keith. 3.0, nice. That is a nice WKG. En route now, aiming at, over 50 minutes, right? That means you're on for a nice little FTP bump if you do the 20-minute test, Kevin. Beautiful. And so, Wayne, obviously, noob cyclist, your FTP increase paid good dividends there for you as well. Oh, man. Anyway, everybody, thank you ever so much for joining, and thank you for the support. Ian, I'm going to take your advice. I'm going to figure out a little bit of recovery here. I don't know if I can take a full week off doing nothing. The trouble I have with doing that is I become extraordinarily bad-tempered, and work is very stressful, and this is the one release I get from work in terms of the fitness is my little hobby. I know it's many people's hobby, but I find it hard not to do something. But I need to find a slightly different way to peel the skip to attack things, because obviously it wasn't the best of races in the midweek either. Not being cleaned, gotcha. So it's probably rained and it's slippery. Some of the Italian courses, what was it, Lombardia? The safety wasn't the best, was it, on that either? Anyway, everybody, thank you ever so much for joining this Saturday. I will try and find another, well, there'll be a Dirt Dada Day chase race next week. We'll see if it's a puncher, and see if a little bit of rest makes any difference. But yeah, hugely appreciate everyone tuning in. In the meantime, whoever you are, whatever you do, live, thrive, and stay healthy. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Daniel. Ooh.